Welcome. I am not play safe. This is OSK right here. We got my friend Amanda Class over here to our left-hand side. We're here for some streamed, casted scrims, nice and laid back. Looking at you guys in the chat, and we're going to be looking at some great gameplay. Amanda Class, how are you doing today in the HoloLens? What's the weather like over there?
I mean, look, I have to look the other direction to look at you that I'm used to. It's very weird for me, so I'll try to keep it in mind. But the nightshade skin that we have another giveaway from will also be on that side. So I have to remember not to look at my mic this time around.
Oh,
But it's here. Yeah, see, even
everything's
you
over
get
here.
confused.
It got
It's
me.
it's complete, but it's completely cool. Again, we're gonna have a giveaway. We're gonna do it at the end of the stream, so we'll let you know what the code is during the last game that we're gonna be doing. And we know we start a little bit later, but it doesn't mean we're gonna not have as much fun. And actually, OSK players might actually be more warmed up for that reason.
And you know what? That's all my fault too, because I get home like right at the time that scrims start, and I'm just delaying the entire thing. But that's okay. We don't have any more delays anymore. We're going to be jumping right into a game with you guys, and we're going to be casting some great action tonight. I'm really excited to see what these players are willing to practice here, because usually I'm the one that's like in the main event. Everyone's kind of you know they're kind of like pigeonholed in whatever build they want to run. They're doing their own thing. They pretty much already got it figured out. But this is where the experimentation starts getting. As I say that, he's going to find a nice rare, and that's a pretty good place to start. Going to get that last little bit of scavenging. He'll be fully educated, and now we have yet another streamer mode getting into a little bit of trouble. Trying to shield a little bit, but that is not safe, my friend. You better be careful. You're going to get slapped for it. One more fireball will take him out. Needs to be very, very careful. But he is doing a great job of kiting here. Now there's a third party coming in. That was not safe, my friend. You need to be careful. That's an updraft coming in. The zone is going to be doing a little bit of damage. Needs to be very careful. And looks like he'll find a nice little place to reset, but that zone will do a little bit more damage, Mana Class.
Yeah, he has to get back into that zone, and it's not going to look at it to be that easy. Take some health pots, some armor pots, draining their resources just to stay alive in this game. They're not going to be in a great fighting place. 6 other players in the lobby next to player number 33, Mr. Streamer Mode himself. And looking for the player that was assaulting them before, but actually just gets blasted in the face by another fireball. This is not a place that player 33 wants to be in. Gonna take another one, That's shocked, tornadoed, fire-nadoed, burned up. They're just being demolished at this stage. Melted in front of our very eyes. It's still taking a surprisingly long time to finish up this kill, but it all has to do because there's 2 or 3 players here next to them. So that's just too much to look at. Actually gets the kill on the KW Chaos here beautifully. Doesn't have the scavenging, unfortunately, so it doesn't get anything back for it, but at least picks up a lot of armor pots they're going to be able to straight away use. I think there were some ice lances being shot from the mountain to the northwest earlier on, but it doesn't look like they're going to be there anymore. ARG Kukuru gets a beautiful snipe there with that ice lance, and no ace. It's just going to keep popping off. Just had no chill on this guy tonight. And makes sense. So that's why he's running the Pyromancer. Just wants to have the hot hands all night long, trying to hit the mid-air fireballs. But right now, it's all about those rotations. There's one on the high ground, one on the side, this side patch, really. And No Ace can just hide and wait. So let's see where that last zone goes, where it starts moving. And now they're going to be under assault again. But you don't want to fight against No Ace when they're on fire right now. Streamer mode finally taken out. And now it's just a 1v1 to finish it out. Matches not going to be long for this world, and No Ace seems to be on a tear right now. Nothing can stop this guy, but maybe there's one last player, OSK. Maybe they're going to be finishing it out. Doesn't look like they're going to be in a positional advantage, and actually No Ace can set the place up. Now the high ground's taken over. Nice fireball to try and deny that positioning, but No Ace still under a lot of pressure. Who gets that last fireball hit? No Ace takes a big tick from the zone too. And then is looking for this player. Where are they? They're behind the rock. Yep, there they are. Just keep rotating around each other. The fight room to try and get close and try to get that finishing hit. But No Ace had more health than they maybe were expecting. Takes another quick health pot just to get that health a little bit up a bit more. Take every advantage he can find. Beautiful shockwaves actually coming out from this player, but he gets fallen in the zone. Starkbreakers winning out that lobby, and it's going to be No Ace that eventually falls to, well, the mountain, I guess. Not really to the other player anymore at that stage.
Yeah, we have to talk about wonderful, and what I mean by that is the wonderful movement by Matches, keeping that fight alive so long. He's looking to draw it out so that a third party can come in and rescue him, but it's just not going to be enough. There is no third party to be had, and he is going to go ahead and sit this one down. for the next lobby. Now we have Cozy still working around this Fort Halcyon area. It looks like it will be the final zone coming out, trying to land a straight vertical snipe, but that is one of the more difficult things to do. He is going to get burned a little bit on that one. He will take a little bit of damage from a boulder and a little bit from that firewall, but he does find a nice spot to go ahead and reset. Look how tiny this ledge is. He's got some great rock climbing skills, if I do say so myself, but he will rotate out, get back into this window. Gonna eat a little bit of zone. No, he actually won't eat stone. He won't eat zone damage. And look at this. This is a prime opportunity. If he can find that opportunity to go ahead and get some outbreaks, but Darkbreakers is not going to make it easy for him. He is dipping back into this window here. And I do believe that Darkbreakers has a beat on where this location is. He has to. He is very aware in these situations, but looks like Cozy is getting a little bit lucky here. Or actually, he spotted out Darkbreakers in the hallway, and that's a nice little trade that he got himself there. Let's see if he can seal it out here in the next 1 or 2 slaps.
Well, these players are being so sneaky about their movement. It's amazing to see. You know that Cozy knows all these places. Like I said, this is their drop location in squads. They're very familiar with the area, and it just seems like they just don't want to stop right now. Going for another, well, they just get in the middle of another fight. Looks like this player is running away from someone else. But Cozy still, you can see it. As long as that Fortitude alive is alive, it means that Cozy has now taken a single point of damage, at least a single shot that hit them. So very well done on them. Still has it alive. Still has not been procced and gets another kill. This time indeed on the Darkbreakers, trying to get away from things, but it's not going to happen. And you know how it is, Cozy. You just don't stop. You don't stop until the poison procs.
Absolutely. That poison is proccing so hard right now. Now you can see in the distance, we do have a Fortitude back up on this person right here. So he is all prepared, ready for any stone, ready for any frost. Chaos found himself on a really nice spot, but he is being interrupted by one of our contestants here. And it looks like he is all knowledged up, so maybe he tries to land a little bit of firewalls here, try to control that area. And actually looking to reset so far. Maybe he gets back up on this higher platform, but he will get spotted out and chunked down quite a bit. Being third-partied a little bit by Cozy, I have to imagine. And he is all out of movement, save for these firewalls, but the lightning going to come in. Gigabyte will take him out. And there's a little teabag for his teammate there. A little bit of in-house disrespect. You always love to see it. And now we have Gigabyte versus Cozy versus one other.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1v1v1, Gigabyte, Cozy, and indeed that last third player that we don't really know exactly who they are.
Oh, it's Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Wonderful, of course, is Wonderful is still alive. Well, Wonderful might be in a lot of trouble here, and indeed just goes down. Oh, the disrespect in the meantime. That 1v1v1 ended before we even could talk about it, OSK. It's a nice win.
It's just genetics, man. That is an elitist name if I've ever seen one myself. Rocking the common, but he's going to skate right in and get the slap onto TTV Scott Don, as now he's looking for his next target. He is rocking the scavenging, but look at this. Not very many points invested into his talent, so he needs to be a little bit careful there. There's another point he can go ahead and pick up if he is a little bit careful. Now he is with the Tempest here. He is rocking the Tempest Talks that you always love to see. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him to move around, though, as he is rocking the Common, like we did say before. Now this is his opportunity. He can go ahead and dive in. He can go ahead and get some, oh my goodness, get some big damage coming right out from his right hand. And now he has all the talents in the world, getting that recovery up. He can restore all day.
Yeah, it's going to be a rocky road, and that's something you may like for breakfast, but not for the game right now. Sir Squisho trying to get some armor pots back up, and immediately saw another player run past them. They probably went for another engagement. Darkbreakers, meanwhile, doing a lot of damage, but it's Elpadog that's just popping right now. Take down 3 Joshua Muches and Sir Squisho. So Squisho not lucky in this one. Darkbreakers flying away for other players in the lobby. It's been thinning out slowly but surely. And Darkbreaker is just looking for that angle. Gets Frostborn from the high ground, or sees someone walking on that low ground, actually in front of that fort, doing all the zone control, making sure that no one can get in. The gatekeeping is alive. The Darkbreaker just keep getting sniped. Cannot actually heal up. Had just got all the armor back and just gets taken off straight away. The fire comes on the Darkbreaker's just looking for a target, looking for a way to fight back. But it's just not happening right now. As the Fonz again take an armor potion, takes the third, takes the fourth. And then they can maybe go for a snipe engage, trying to not get sniped by that Icelands while they fly around. And actually, nice dodge with the Bedrock in order to keep their movement fluid, get their movement unpredictable. That's what you like to see about good Zone Shaper players, just making use of that class's inherent mobility options and use that tech to your advantage. It's Darkbreaker's now finally able to close the distance, relatively speaking, to that Frostborn, or at least the Iceland's player we saw coming out. It's probably Dog, but it could be more. Already took down Kobe and Goat as well. Only 3 others in the lobby. I have a little bit of loading screen, unfortunately, but it's only the first time we've gotten this tonight, guys. It's not like we see a lot of them because we got the 2 observers set up running. Beautifully done. Asiogo Cheese still in here. We haven't seen them perform pretty well before. Actually took out Gigabyte earlier on. He's one of the game winners of the night, and is now able to take up at least 1 or 2 armor potions. But the ice lances are flying all over the place. OSK, this final fight is once again on this mount. I think this is the same one we had before.
It definitely is. Yeah, this is a repeat of game number 1. It's actually the exact same game because we have Darkbreakers about to take control of the top of this mountain, and if Elpa's not careful, this might be the end of him. You can see how we're playing Monkey in the middle right here. Definitely not a spot you want to be in, as Dog is looking to outposition his opponents here. He is still keeping on the outside part of the fight, although on the lower side. Getting a little bit of cover. Needs to be careful of fire, though. That can definitely ruin his day. But look at that. The loot just comes raining down. That's so ominous. Oh, my goodness. It's such a bad omen for Dog. He's just seeing the droppings of all of his opponents come raining down. That has got to be one of the spookiest things I've seen in Spellbreak so far. But anyway, he's going to rotate right around and get on this. What's that?
Oh, he's got to definitely be one of the spooky things. But he got the chance to heal all the way back up, Dog did. And he's still healing right now. Like, it's not being pressured. Might just be able to third party this last fight and win the game on the back of that, OSK. That's not what you want to see in a situation like this. Looking forward, we do see actually a tornado on the side. So someone's running that Tempest offhand, or Wind offhand. Maybe Tempest main actually could be, but I don't think we've seen any of these players run that. Just Genetics trying to jump on the Dog, who now finally takes the highest spot on the game, but was predicted to go there by a nice Toxic Spray coming out. And it's just a 1v1 still. And every now and then these players just keep on switching who's in a duel, and then the other person just gets to heal up. So this could go on for a while.
I'll tell you what, Darkbreakers is feeling really good right now. He's staying outside of this initial engagement. I say that as he takes... Oh, no, Elpa, no! Oh! Okay, he saves himself. He saves himself. He's good. He's good. He's got all the damage he needs from Recklessness, but it's not going to be enough health. Man, it's just genetics, man. You just can't get over it. It's just genetics, you know? It's just always going to be better. But anyway, he is still rocking the common. He's still rocking the common gauntlet. How is he making this work? And now he's still flying up in the air.
That's how.
What's that?
It's just genetics. That's how he's making it work.
It's just genetics, man. It's just genetics. It's not even the talents. Of course, he is talented due to his genetics, but I mean, it's all genetics. It's all it is. But look at this movement. Look at all the damage he's able to pop out while keeping the evasive movement. But Darkbreaker's gonna go ahead and rock him with the Triumph, coming out with that nice little stone emote saying, "I'm better at wind than you, and I'm gonna slap you right in the face" for game number 3.
Tacos looking for a little bit more healing, looking for another opening. The Toxic Spray coming their way doesn't quite hit them, and they can keep using these tornadoes for beautiful movement. I mean, that's what Tempest is good at, just moving around the map all the time. Does get stunned up, and Asiago Cheese just comes in from the back, takes him out. That's going to be another exile, and with only 5 players in the lobby, this is going to get hot and heavy. And there's still plenty of room to move around with, but all of a sudden, there's like 3 or 4 players in the same area around the Arena of Elders. Asiago Cheese going for the snipes, is able to stay at range, but it's probably going to get someone in their back at some stage in this fight, because you cannot just stand there for free and shoot at people. That's not how this game works. But Asiago Cheese is going to stay safely at the edge of the zone, near a mana vault, making sure they have nothing to worry about, finally engaging, at least following up with those toxic clouds, making sure the Vanishing Mist bounces them all the way into this castle. They might just run into someone that sort of throws a fireball in their face. It's very possible when you run into these small corridors.
Yeah, and for anyone new watching the stream here, that's exactly how you want to use Spreading Sickness. Bouncing it off an uneven area, and now Radish is saying, I don't need all that extra bit of mechanics. I don't need that extra little interaction. I'm just going to Shadow Step, or I'm going to go ahead and use my Invisibility Rune, and I'm just going to blow you up anyway. Now I have the Shadow Step. Now I'm ready for some quick movement, and now I'm ready to get exiled very, very quickly as I am being burned alive. Needs to go ahead and dip back, needs to try to find a reset, but he is being ignited. The opponent can track him with that ignite, and needs to be very careful where he decides to go here. He is going to get a quick little reset from the small armor potion, from the small armor shard. Now we have the large one coming up. It is almost there, and it will complete. Now he is ready for the next engagement. There are 3 opponents left. There are 2 opponents left. He is one of the 3, but the zone is closing very quickly, and that's going to be a big damaging zone once it ends. So he needs to rotate quickly, needs to keep his head on a swivel, look for that next target, look for his next enemy. And now with all the movement options burned out, 1 rune charge left on the Shadow Step, he is in a bit of a sticky situation.
Matches Reddish and well, the third person would be, I don't actually remember who that is. We'll find out soon enough, won't we? It's at least Reddish just trying to hide behind a structure here that almost feels like you should be able to look through that, but I think they were. It's a little bit of a bug in the map, but you know, Reddish using that to their advantage. That's okay. Going to be looking for some nice sprays coming out on their opponent, trying to take them down. Conduit, Toxicologist, and I think the last one might actually be either a Stone Shaper or a oh, it's a Pyromancer, actually. There we go. So that's 3 different classes running on them, and that's always what you like to see. The different elements battling it out against each other. Beautiful snipe with the fire. Oh, Neck 3000 doesn't quite make it. Matches versus Radish now to finish this one out. Radish was in the zone and just walked straight into the toxic spray of Matches. That's a win coming out for them, and that's game 4 done and dusted. And going straight over to Speary, running that Tempest as well. It's just like, everyone's literally just doing it to mess with me, aren't they? Like, I've never seen so much Tempest in a scrim as I have today. It's almost like, I mean, we saw it with Fortitude earlier on that just, you know, kept on coming into the game that we haven't seen it before. And now Tempest might be making a comeback. Could be a meta thing. Could be really cool to see the development. But right now is definitely be a tricky one to work with.
Yeah, definitely, you know. It's a very nice time that Speary has on the top of this mountain. He is looking for any sort of action he can get. You know, that Tempest is coming out. It can work out well for him, and you know he is rocking the ambidextrous avatar build. So he does have the boulder that he could potentially use after about 10 seconds of cooldown, but he is going to go ahead and approach here, getting the reliable poke on the lightning. He is going to be looking to land a stun and possibly switch off to his fire, and there he is, landing all the damage. Coming right out, the updraft coming in, 1 little bit of safe damage to come out on the seal of this exile. Will he get it? That is the question, but the question will be answered soon, hopefully. The recovery, you can see, is doing a great job of restoring that health, but it's not enough. Voosh will go down to Speary TTV, and what a beautiful view from a beautiful person. He is just going to reset off, and now we'll be switching off to It's Just Genetics and Mana Class. What a beautiful engagement that was.
It definitely was a it definitely was a beautiful engagement right there, OSK. Now we're on Just Genetics once again. Another Tempest coming out of that. Like I said, we truly have not seen as much Tempest that we have seen tonight. And honestly, if we just inspired a movement, I'd love it. But I don't want people to just start playing a class because they hear us talking about it. That would be I mean, it's the purpose of scrims to try things out, 100%. But play what you want to play. And if it's Tempest, definitely all the power to you. Going to see Boo Boo Stanky again, still rocking that Fortitude proc, going for some nice Ice Lances, trying to maybe get some value out of those, but now he's going to go for the close range engagement with that Stone offhand, trying to hit some shockwaves, have some boulders, but right now they just have to take some distance between their opponent because they don't feel safe taking this one. Ice Lances have to start firing. Actually, somehow this player died. A lot of loot pile over here. Can pick up all these legendaries, trying to look for it, but couldn't quite pick it up from the pile. It is going to be Boo Boo Stanky trying to fly away from it again. It is Alacrity for the win for Boo Boo Stanky. Not going to be able to be sniped, but actually gets Ice Lance in the back. The Alacrity is working out for them. Of course, you can be chased on your own Alacrity using the Flight Rune to try and get away from this. But with this low health, they really need to find a place to heal up very quickly.
Yeah, it looks like the reset will come out. Just, oh no, never mind. Wavy says, you know what? That's a little bit too safe for me. I will go ahead and take his chances of winning right out this lobby. Now we have Wavy just getting right back in on the action, but he is getting sniped from the back as well as slapped in the back. Needs to be very, very careful on the way he approaches this. This might be a very high health opponent, but Cozy will go ahead and snipe it out. Now we have Cozy versus one last opponent here. We'll have to see who it is. Looks like it's just Genetics, actually. He is so talented by birth. You know, there's not much he had to do for this second place finish. If he does get it, it's all in his DNA, you know? Doesn't have to do anything. He's just better.
And whatever happens, we're going to get a new victor at least. No repeat victory for anyone in this game. Cozy going for those snipes, though, almost hits that last one and could be finishing it off right here by just dropping on this player with a nice toxic spray. But actually being outmaneuvered here, the Tempest coming out once again, but it's a beautiful mid-air snipe from Cozy. Going to go for that last one behind the tree. Who's going to come out of this one? It looks like it might be Cozy with that last snipe. It's once again just Genetics that just falls short of a victory.
And now he is sitting at 41 HP, now 11, about to be 0 in about 1 second. Oh, they misses the combust, but the boulder, actually, no, it will be a different fireball as it is a third party. Gatling coming in, swooping right in, trying to get a little bit of damage onto his initial opponent with the Pyromancer class himself, with the movement coming out, the Firefly, the mid-air fireball, one more will do it. It's actually 2, because recovery is a thing. Extachio will go down to Gatling.
Gaelic, though, takes that Extachio, was so on fire in the earlier game, but now Gaelic coming back and trying to take away that pole position. 6 exiles on their name. They've been popping. And if you end the fight right there, you get most of those exiles. That's a very, like, just a lot of value. Trying to dodge some ice lands just behind a rock. Not getting hit by the toxic spray either. Nice positioning to realize that. And now they're going to get engaged on. That might be Cozy coming in with that fortitude, with the toxicologist too, and the ice lands on the off end. But Gatelic is doing a great job of chasing this down. Actually got a lot of damage on the counter. Just don't get frozen up, and you might be in a very good position to just win out this fight. Is trying to look for this opponent. There they go. Another mid-air fireball hitting. The boulder going after them, but this is not going to be an easy one to escape from. Whoever you are, you're probably going to go down here because Gaelic is taking no prisoners. It's going to be exquisite TTV coming out, actually. Not Speary. Not Cozy as I thought maybe before, but running a very similar build at least. So that one has been popularized lately.
You know what? Galing was actually malding us in the chat earlier for saying that Featherfall wasn't the best rune in the world. And while I will still stick with that, he is carrying this with 7 exiles. So maybe there is something to it. We'll have to see how it plays out for him. He is floating quite a ways up. Needs to be careful of any frost, though, and any lightning. So as long as he's aware of that, he might be okay. But that damage coming out is quite a lot. He is rocking the 36 damage. Look at that damage. Oh, my goodness. Voosh is going to get deleted, and Gatling is 4 out of 5 slots in the kill feed. That's 8 exiles so far and growing.
And a big reason as to why Gaelic is able to make that Featherfall work so well is because they're running that Escapist. Every time they take damage, and in general, their movement is actually going to be quite fast, so they don't need as much horizontal mobility to keep up with opponents. And that really, really makes the Featherfall look so much better than it might look in someone else's hands. It's making great use of it. Spirit trying to maybe track down an opponent with that conduit, but it's not really quite getting it. And with the zone size left, it's almost about to close. 6 breakers in the lobby. It's a... well, no, I wouldn't say all out brawl, but they could basically be all the outside of the circle, not even see each other. It's not the case here, though, as 3 players are trying to finish out a fight over here. Who's going to get the third-party victory? Well, Gladlink is actually going to go down to Boogaloo. Is it the electric Boogaloo? Well, it's going to be now when he's actually being chased down by Speary with that conduit. A lot of fire and even a boulder coming at Speary, but none of that will hit because Speary could easily see that coming and dodge those projectiles. The tornado with the toxic does come out here. Are they going to be able to chase down this player? They are looking for them, actually hitting almost a few shots, but nice dodging coming out from Boogaloo. And Boogaloo, you're going to get chased down here. This is done, Dusted. The mid-air shots were too much, and the conduit to finish you off. Speary in a great spot to continue their rampage. 3 players in the lobby, and Speary is one of them.
Oh my goodness. Did you see Speary absolutely finesse him? He didn't even use a rune charge. He was literally just sidestepping and using wind surge the entire time. I can't believe that. Like, he didn't take any damage that entire fight. And not only is he dodging everything, but there was a heads-up play early on where he saw the boulder coming out of him and just calmly pushed it away with his wind shears. Like, that is the kind of heads-up play that y'all need to be doing out here. This is a different level of Tempest now, as we're seeing him just instantly delete all of that fortitude, but he is getting sniped himself. So he will need to go ahead and get a little bit of a reset going off here. All shields is what he needs. But that ambidextrous, the sidestepping coming out, that is something else. But now we have Cozy absolutely blowing up this opponent. It's actually a little bit equal. And, oh no! Ooh! Okay, no fracture right here. No fracture. No content for OP. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, we're rocking a little bit of a slap and a little bit of a frost, and that is going to be the end of Wavy. Now we have a little bit of Speary and a little bit of Cozy going up against each other. Cozy gets his Vanishing Mist blown away, as well as a little bit of Dragonfire Tornado, trying to block off the damage with the Flash Freeze, and it will work. He's still trying to use that lightning into the Flash Freeze. It is just going to be 20 HP, and now it will be 0 as Cozy exiles himself due to the storm, and that is a Tempest on the scoreboard.
will be looking to not go for a real engage. Has 2 exiles, 4 other players left. Just wants to make sure they're not the ones getting third-partied, rather be the ones that are third-partying. And with only 4 other players left, there's not a lot of opportunity for distractions. You will be spotted out fairly easily, and then you are in trouble. Another mountain finish here, though. It's a third one of the night. It's insane how many mountain finishes we've seen, OSK.
Yeah, I think this one might be just a little bit of a different mountain, though, because, there's still a lot of zone
It's not
left
the
to be
same.
had.
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah, it still might change up. Maybe it'll center directly around Stonetooth Mountain this time. Maybe not on this one singular mountain that we've already seen twice today. But, it's a good thing though that we do run Spellslinger here, as he does need that long range option to deal with this opponent camping the mountain. But now he'll just opt to disengage. There is an opportunity to go ahead for the reset. Needs to get those shields back up. Maybe he'll rotate around, try to take this other edge of the mountain. It looks like that's exactly what he wants to do. Still looking out for his opponents off the higher ground. Still looking to land any sort of Dragonfire explosion into a Pyromancer follow-up that he can do. As we see ARG-1 Cheeto. No exiles yet, but looking to change that. Still looking for a little bit of an engagement. He is rocking the Frostborn, so this is one of our hopes for the class finish. And looks like he just lost his opponent for just a second here. Needs to be very careful, though, because the way he is using the Shadow Step, you have to assume it is a Toxicologist. And once you lose sight of him, that's a lot of damage that can come out. And now we see an opponent coming out here. He is going to be in a bit of danger, is one Cheeto. But the Flash Freeze will come out. He is rocking Harmony, so no fear from one Cheeto having to rotate around. Needs to be careful of any of these fireballs coming out. That's one snipe hitting him straight in the back. The recovery doing some work. A little bit of a reset going off. His opponent will get third party with the snipe. Not completely exiled yet. Still trying to look for his opportunity. Still rocking the reset coming out. Gonna get his Toxic Cloud blown up. Trying to line it up. Not gonna hit it. It will now be a full reset, a full rotation off as the third party comes in for a cheeky little exile. Gonna get frozen up though and slapped for his troubles. He still has Toxic Cloud up. Cooldown. The snipe coming in.
Ooh,
Gonna live on HP, but XJ will not follow it up. He ends up sealing out the exile. 4 people left. He is out of the lobby. One Cheeto with 1 exile.
One Cheeto, the hope for the Frostborn. Is it going to be the 6th class that gets a win today? Is it going to be the last one that we need to complete our collection? Are we going to be able to catch them all tonight? Well, ARG Juanchito is definitely trying to make a case for it, as there are a few wind cheers coming their way, and we get the other 1v1 going on the mountain. 4 players left. 1v1 happening on either side, and the winners of these could actually be having a fair duel to finish this off. That would be a first. We've seen a lot of third parties tonight. Lovell finishes that one off with a beautiful Ice Lance. Not running the Frostborn, though, so it doesn't count quite yet. Lovell's Joshua Watt. It's not the one that's going to have to win. And ARG, one cheat, though, is going to get eliminated. It's just genetics. The 3rd time they're in a 2nd place. The 3rd time they're able to potentially win out a game. It is very exciting to see this, OSK. Will they be able to take it out? It's going to be our 2nd Tempest win of the night. That would be something, now wouldn't it?
Man, I don't know if it's just his religion or like some weird belief that he has, but he's had that common wind the entire time that I've seen him. He can't find a better rarity for some reason. It's always common for some reason. He will go ahead and get sniped for just a little bit of damage, though, and he is against Joshua, who is a fantastic toxicologist. So we'll need to be very careful. That Outbreak's doing a lot of damage, but he is trading right back with a toxic slap of his own. He is in a perfect position to get sniped, though. He needs to be very, very careful. He's being a little bit too floaty. Needs to go ahead and bounce off, and that's exactly what he will do. Try to get a quick reset off. Needs to be careful of any sort of outbreak coming out, but he doesn't have to worry about getting blown up by a Dragonfire Tornado, so he can use the updraft, no worries. Now, this will be the question of whether or not this Toxic Cloud will go ahead and block off just enough, and it won't. Now it's just one snipe away. It's going to be very difficult, but Joshua Watt has the skill. He will land the shot onto It's Just Genetics, and Joshua's going to take it. That's game number 2, going to a Toxicologist. But it will not land on anything here. Plenty of puddles around the area, but no damage is connecting. He will opt to go ahead and blow up the Toxic Cloud, getting a little bit of Dragonfire damage, and now the approach just a little bit, maybe more of a reposition, as he will go ahead and kind of fake out his opponent there. It is going to be 2 players duking it out right here. Solo Bear is going to be on the third party, but needs to keep an eye out from behind him, as he does have an opponent on that mountain still. He will pop the Fortitude.
It's been a while.
What's that?
Yeah, sorry. It's been a while since we've had that six players hit, and everyone's just playing so safe right now. I mean, they're shooting at each other from range, but the real engages aren't really happening right now. I'm looking for it. well, to see the actual fights come out. But when there's so many players that have these toxicologist slash frostborn builds, it is not really a I run into you type of fighting situation. A lot of mid-range battles, and Scott Dawn has shown it as well. Another Frostborn. That's at least 2 we have in the lobby, and I think there's another one. It's Solar Bear takes him out, so it's at least 1 Frostborn down, but 1 still remaining, and that's all we really care about at this point, OSK. I don't think we don't really care about anything that else happens, as long as a Frostborn wins, or as long as there is the potential still alive. Going to be seeing Solar Bear just trying to third party from range with those Ice Lances, missing his hands, and the gauntlets are floating, but that's not a problem for Solar Bear. Still hitting the shots wherever they can. The Dragonfire is procced all over the place, and there's Exquisite jumping straight onto Asiogo Cheese. That will be taken out, and that's ARG Juanchito also out. Not a Frostborn gone, but it's a 1v1 to finish it off, and who can get the third party off? Is it going to be Solar Bear? Is it going to be Exquisite? Or is it going to be, who's the last one?
You know what?
I don't know.
It's XJ in the kill feed there. No, it's not. It's not XJ. I don't know who it is actually. We're still keeping it hidden right now. But Exquisite gonna have to burn a lot of movement trying to get out of that little bit of zone. So he will opt to just take the quick reset on the quick armor there and trying to really stay on the outside part of this. He doesn't want any part of this early fight. He wants to try a third party.
Oh, no!
But look at all of the damage coming out from the Ice Prism,
That's
from
Solar
the
Bear.
Focus Mana. That's definitely Solar Bear, as he's looking to engage very quickly, I would imagine. But I'm not seeing any immediate approach from Solar Bear. He is playing it a little bit
He
safe.
doesn't have to.
Maybe he ran into that
Yeah,
maybe he ran into that other person here. Maybe he still is keeping on the lookout here. He does have Icicle, which highlights both of his enemies. So he is fully aware of everyone around him at this point.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I mean, he doesn't have to get close to them. He has the fire as a deterrent. He has the fire to stop this Toxicologist from running rampant. But now that they've used their sorcery, Solar Bear's going over those clouds, making sure they have perfect vision of everything. And even using the flash freeze, but now awfully close to some opponents. Solar Bear, you have the runes to work with, you have the belt to work with, but you need to not be spotted out. Oh, what a beautiful shot straight on the Solar Bear. He's going so ridiculously low. The recovery is just saving them. The scavenging won't be doing anything for them until they get an exile. And Solar Bear, you got that beautiful shot off earlier on, but now you need to find a value. And Matches is the third player that we're into, also very low. All these players in this maze, this is such an awkward circle to fight in, because there's barely any room to work with, and then the high ground's also very limited, where you can just drop off and drop down. It is such a weird battlefield, but all these players are doing their best to do it. What a freeze on a Matches, but again, you can barely find anybody in this place.
Man, this is such an interesting last circle. We have the maze coming out. This is really, really interesting. And you know what? It's just the maze in the zone at this point. There is no outside part of the maze that you can get to. It's literally just it's levitating over the top of the maze or hiding in one of these corridors. And you know how hard it is to find all of these players when they're in the maze. This is crazy. As now we have a little bit of a third-party situation. Whoever has their head up, whoever is keeping the heads up play will be the one that wins. Match is going to take a lot of damage from the zone. Has to bob and weave all of these little areas, and no one is exiled yet. I'm just kidding. It's Solar Bear. Solar Bear takes the entire thing. That's a win for Frostborn, and all 6 classes have made it out for the Scrims. Oh my goodness. All 6 classes get a W. That's what I'm talking about. That's some Spellbreak action, and that is the final circle on the maze, my friend. So now, with all the flash
10 more
freeze,
seconds. 10 more seconds to type that code word flash freeze in it.
You better
count it
get
down. Gotta go for the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and it's over. If you haven't typed flash freeze now, we're gonna roll the giveaway. Who gets it? It's gonna be Yond Timon. You have won it. Are you in the chat? Are you here? Let something here. Are you here? Do we have to reroll? He's here. I see him in the chat. Oh,
is here.
You have won. We're gonna get you the info to you straight away so you can actually get that code and get the skin redeemed for yourself. Congratulations on winning that Nightshade skin provided to our wonderful friends at Proletariat. Of course. Spellbreak, beautiful game, but it only gets better with these outfits. Yeah, have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one.
Beautiful. I'm out.